Hey guys, my name's William Anthony and here's my curriculum resource guide. For my topic, I am wishing to focus on Standard 3 for learning to read in a first grade classroom. This standard states that the students will learn to read by applying appropriate skills and strategies. This is accomplished by focusing on reading comprehension, fluency, phonemic awareness, phonics, and vocabulary. Here are some fiction picture books that promote my standard. Pete the Cat and His Magic Sunglasses. This story follows a depressed cat named Pete. Then, his whole mood changes to one of happiness when he receives a cool pair of sunglasses. These glasses not only make Pete feel good, but he also uses them to cheer up many other animals in the neighborhood. However, Pete soon breaks his sunglasses and becomes disheartened, until a wise owl tells him that he can still be happy as long as he looks for the good in every day. Sherm the Germ. This book begins with a young baby playing with some toys. However, the baby gets sick and begins to cough because Sherm the Germ was on the toys. The baby is taken to the doctor and is given some medicine to get better. The next day, the baby is better and Sherm the Germ has left for now. Stick and Stone. This story is about a stick and a stone who start out alone. They find each other on a playground and become great friends. They do everything together until, one day, Stick is sucked up into a hurricane, leaving Stone alone. Stone sets out looking for Stick and eventually finds him, and both Stick and Stone set out to have fun together again. Hands Are Not for Hitting. This book is about how we can use our hands to make the world a better place, and discusses ways we can resolve our problems without the use of violence and how to use our hands not to hurt others, but to help others. You Are Not Small. This story begins with an argument between a bear and another small animal. They each proceed to call one another either big or small and present their evidence as to why they are correct and the other is wrong. This all ends, however, when a giant animal appears and an extremely small animal appears. They both decide that everything is relative and that neither one of them is big or small after all. A Bad Case of Stripes. This story begins with a girl named Camilla. Camilla wanted to impress everyone, and soon she started turning various colors and started sprouting tentacles and virus pods and tails and branches. Doctors and specialists from all around, and experts, had no clue what was wrong with her. However, an old lady knew that she had a case of the stripes and taught Camilla to stop thinking about pleasing others, and eventually Camilla turned back to normal. How full is your bucket? This story begins with Felix upsetting his sister by yelling at her because she knocked over his toy tower. Felix's grandfather explains that everyone has a bucket and you should always pay attention to it. Felix does not understand this at first, but the next day at school he learns that acts of kindness can help fill others' buckets, thus making them feel better, and, coincidentally, making Felix feel better too. When he gets home from school, he lets his sister come help build a toy tower because he wants to fill her bucket. Here's some non-fiction picture books that help promote my standard as well. I Am Rosa Parks. This book follows the life of Rosa Parks. It begins with stories about her being discriminated against because of the color of her skin while she was growing up. She could not drink from the same water fountains, use the same elevators, nor go to the same schools as white people. Eventually, she was fed up with being treated as a second-class citizen, and one day, she refused to give up her seat to a white man on a city bus. She was arrested. However, this ignited the civil rights movement, which has helped to fix many of the injustices in our society towards people of color. Hello World, Solar System. This book discusses the various heavenly bodies in our solar system. It discusses the planets as well as their various attributes and locations in relation to the sun. It also discusses other cosmic bodies such as the moon and comets and asteroids. On the Moon. This story begins with a little girl wondering what it would be like to go to the moon. Then the story follows the journey of the astronauts who landed on the moon, what they left there, and their journey back. My Five Senses. This book discusses the five senses. It discusses using our eyes to see, our ears to hear, our nose to smell, our tongue to taste, our hands to touch and feel. The book also gives examples of when we are using each of these senses and when we are using multiple senses at once. Why Should I Eat Well? This book follows a young girl named Monica. Monica does not eat healthy foods, and she is ignorant of the benefits of a healthy diet. However, a new girl, Rachel, comes to Monica's school and informs her of the dangers of having an unhealthy diet. Monica soon changes her eating habits and now eats a very healthy diet and enjoys the health benefits of said diet. Why should I recycle? This book follows a young boy and his sister whose family does not recycle. However, one day the boy and the girl walked by their teacher who was recycling old garbage. The teacher then explained to them the importance of recycling and how it helps the environment. The boy and the girl tell their parents, and now the family recycles. Counting on fall. This book discusses the various events that start to occur during fall. The book shows trees dropping acorns, which are quickly gathered up by squirrels, berries, which are being gathered by bears, and even the migration of whales to different portions of the ocean. Now here's some chapter books and a poem which promotes my standard. The Night at Dawn. This story follows Jack and Annie as they journey in their magic treehouse to a castle during the Middle Ages in order to meet a knight in shining armor. During this adventure, they journey into the castle and are captured by a group of guards. However, they escape and are taken back to their tree house by a mysterious knight in full armor. And here's a poem which is called Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. There is a place where the sidewalk ends, and before the street begins, and there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright, and there the moon birds rest from his flight, to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black, and the dark street winds and bends, past the pits where the asphalt flowers grow. We shall walk in a walk that is measured and slow, and watch where the chalk white arrows go, to the place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the chalk white arrows go. For the children they mark, and the children they know, the place where the sidewalk ends. And here are some websites that I used to help find all this information and help promote my standard. Thank you.